Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. We are going to be doing a little bit of nostalgia in this video. All right, now I hope you guys feel the same way, at least for the first two projects. I feel like they do have a nostalgia vibe to them. All right, so we're going to start with this wood sign I had in my stash. And I've had this since 2021, y'all. Don't judge me. And as you can see, I'm painting it in red and white, and I'm going in with some classic green paint. Next, I'm going to take this Merry Christmas words that I got from Michael's. The sign also came from Michael's. And when I found that sign in my stash, I was like, I had got two. They were on clearance for like a couple bucks. I was like, why haven't I used this? Like, it's been since 2021, right? And as I was painting this, I quickly remember, I can't remember exactly what I did with the other one, but painting this thing, it may look simple, but it was a beast. So I had a lot of paint, like it's a mess in there. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's not like the perfect paint job. But once I started painting, I realized, okay, this is why you've been staying here since 2021. But anyway, you see I'm going in with some of these furry Chanel stems. I got those from Hobby Lobby last year or the year before. Not sure. And I just wanted to do this classic red, white, and green. And when I'm done with this just made me feel like, you know, we were going back to the early 80s, late 70s on this one. You know, just the whole that foily kind of Christmas tinsel. I don't know if you guys remember it, that you would put around the Christmas tree. Like, it would just be so raggedy, but it was like, that was just like the classic Christmas little garland that you would put on there. And I don't know why, when I started painting this and the colors came together, I was like, this is giving me that vibe. Like, I instantly just could see the red and green little Christmas ornaments, and like the real glass ones, like they were super like thin. Like if you just tapped them, you know, they would break. That's where this took me to. I don't know why it took me there, but that's where it took me. All right, so next I have this little furry wreath. This came from Dollar Tree. I've had these for a couple years, and I was like, you know what? This will look really cute in the middle. Now, this just, I don't know. It's just something about all the fluffiness of this sign. I don't know. It made me want to do like the Grinch or something, like the old school one, not the new age one, but I don't know, it was just giving me that old school vibe. I hope you guys see it too, but it was so easy to put together. Like I said, the painting was like probably the worst of it, but yeah, I just thought this was super cute and easy. All right, so next, this is a technique that has been floating around for probably a couple months now, where everybody was doing the velvet painting or velvet faux velvet technique on the frames from Dollar Tree, which I want to try that too. But I had these ornaments in my stash that I got from Walmart. I got these while I was living in LA, so it's been at least 2 or 3 years. So I've been here like a year and a half. So I know I got them like the Christmas before I moved here, I think. I don't know. It was after Christmas when I got them. I don't know. But anyway, I got them for some change. Like, they were less than $1. And I've had them, and I every year since I've gotten them, I'm like, I want to do something with them, especially Christmas trees. So I have more of the Christmas trees, and I think I only have like one or two more of like that onion shaped ornament there. But anyway, as you can see, I took the little hanging piece off of it. Like, that was, these are ornaments. So I took the little what is the little hook called? I don't know what the little hook is called, but I took that out the top. So I'm going to give this 2 coats of paint, y'all. And I got to tell y'all, full disclosure now, I've never done this before, and it did not work out how I thought it was going to work out. So I did something wrong along the way, but, you know, at least I tried. That's what I always say. At least I tried. I saw it. I'm like, I want to do this. I want a velvet Christmas tree because remember all the velvet stuff that used to be popular too around Christmas, like the blue velvet. That's what I should have did. I should have did it in blue. But like, I remember that. I know y'all remember that. Am I making this up in my mind? No. It was a lot of velvet happening at Christmas time. I remember it. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I remember it. So what I did here was I put on 2 coats of paint. While the paint was wet, I poured this baking soda on top of it. So I don't know if my baking soda was too old because I didn't want to use the new box I got because I'm like, okay, we'll just use the old box. But it just wasn't velvetinging like I needed it to velvet. And so, I mean, it, I don't know, y'all. I don't know what I did wrong. I thought maybe because what I also decided to do, I was like, I'm pouring out a lot of baking soda here. So I just started scooping it up and putting it back on there. But it also had like little bits of paint that had kind of rubbed off when I was dusting it off. So I was like, well, maybe that's what's causing it not to stick. Like once you use it, you can't reuse it. Like it was a lot of thoughts going in my head, y'all. But I stayed the course. You know me. Y'all know me. Y'all know I don't give up too easily. So I dusted on there and it did. It gave like a little bit of a vibe of like a velvet, oh my goodness, a velvet vibe. So I don't know. I just kept going. In the bottom, I left just as the natural color that it came because you're not going to see that part. All right. So then with this onion shaped ornament, and that's literally what it said on the tag, onion shaped ornament. So that's why I'm calling it an onion shaped ornament. And it does look like an onion if you really look at it. So anyway, so I tried to take the wording off of there with some nail polish remover, and it didn't work. So I was like, let me see if I can sand it off, and that worked perfectly. So then once I did that, I just wiped away that debris that was left behind, and we're going to go in with some of this crimson red paint by Waverly. Just like the tree, I gave it 2 coats, poured all that baking soda on there, scooped it back on, and this one was just being unruly and disrespectful. It would not coat, but I kept piling it on there. I kept trying to touch it up with the paint and piling it on there, and so some spots it took, and in other spots it did not, y'all. So I was a little annoyed because I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I don't know. This is what everybody else did. But then I got to thinking maybe it just doesn't work on like wood surfaces. You know, it probably doesn't take that well. But I mean, it gave it a little dusty matte finish. But I just had to roll with it because I was invested in the project and I didn't have a plan B. You know, I had a plan XYZ, which was to exit and leave it alone. But I didn't have a plan B or C. So anyway, I'm taking one of these little wood crates from Dollar Tree, and I'm taking some of this beautiful ribbon that I had in my stash. Got this from Michael's last year, and it's a velvet. So the 2 velvets don't match, but again, I was going for the nostalgia here. I was trying to roll it back because this ribbon again screams early 80s, late 70s to me. Like it was giving all the vibes. So I just wrapped that around the crate. I didn't paint the crate, but what you are going to see that I'm going to do once I get this wrapped around is I am going to go in with some rub and buff on the top, because I was like, I'm not too overly concerned about if you can see down in there. Like I wasn't concerned about that. I probably should have been concerned, but I absolutely was not. So I'm just tacking that down with some hot glue because, you know, in the event I want to disassemble this after I come to my senses and realize like this is probably not the cutest thing ever. But I went around with the rub and buff, and then I decided they needed something, because that's what I always decide when I have blank spaces. Something needs something. You know, we got to put something on something. Like that's just how my brain works. I have to put something on something. I got to put stuff on top of stuff. That's just how it goes in May's world. So I decided to go in with this gold trim here, wrap that around, the neck of the onion ornament. And then we're going to wrap this a little bit around the little bitty little bulb up at the top there. And that was cute. I did like that. But of course, I still needed to add some more stuff to it. So I didn't add a lot though, y'all. I didn't go overboard. But this was just a little disjointed, okay? It just didn't come together how I thought it should come together. That's all that I can say about this. That's it. That's all I can say. Now, it was cute. It just was not a cohesive piece, in my humble opinion. But I do think it's very cute to sit out at Christmas time on a little table. Y'all know me and my little tables. I just think it's cute on a desk. It would be cute on a desk. Okay? I don't know. So then right here, I decided, okay, let's just plop a velvet poinsettia in there as well, because we're doing all things velvet. Okay, and then right here I added some little bows onto them, but I wasn't recording that, so yeah, you guys will see it all in the final reveal. Okay, so now we're moving on to project number 3, our final project of today. And I know you guys are probably tired of me and my black and white items, my projects, but just roll with me, okay, y'all? I'm gonna try not to put them in another video, but I can't help it. Like, I'm vibing it. I'm digging it, okay? So right here, I'm taking one of these red furry Chanel stamps and putting this on the back. And as you can clearly see, it was not centered, okay? And that's okay. It still hangs up fine. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. It's on there with hot glue. We can take it off, okay? Now, it's going to look like a cute little purse. All right? So then I have these rub-on transfers that I had in my stash, okay? And I wanted to create this kind of layering effect, and I was a little concerned. I was like, I don't know if everything is going to show up on this checker print, but it actually did, and it looks really cute. Like, I was trying to make it into kind of a wreath form, and you guys will see, because I can't explain it that well, but I'm just going to go in, add the rub-on transfers on there, and then we're just going to pull back the transfer tape to expose the actual picture to the surface. Now, you guys been with me for any time. You guys have seen me do rub-on transfers and how easy it is to apply them. And you can find these on Amazon, on Temu, on Etsy. You can find them everywhere, okay? And so I'm just layering them. Like, you can barely tell. Like, I'm just overlapping a little bit. And it's just going to come together, like I said, like a wreath. And this is really pretty. It is busy, okay? And this one is not, I wouldn't say this is, this is not nostalgic, in my opinion. It's just one I wanted to throw in there. I was gonna do a terracotta teacup, but I didn't have the time, so that's how I ended up doing this one. So sorry guys, but hopefully we'll have a terracotta teacup coming up in the next video, next video or so. All right, so then I'm going around with some more of that gold trim I had in my stash, and we're just gonna take that around the entire outside of this paper plate. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if you guys been with me, you saw a couple months ago I did a whole video on paper plates, and I had one extra, well, I had 2 left, this one and another one left over. I did get those from Michael's, and so that's where that one came from. So next I'm going to take my half gold beads here, and I'm just going to put these, they weren't really random. I was a little strategic with it, but I'm going to put these on the corners of some of the little squares there, because just to give it a little pop of gold. And I do like this. It does give me a fun Christmas vibe, especially with that cardinal on there. I think this came together really nice. Again, in my humble opinion. Okay. And so, like I said, I'm just randomly putting the little half beads on there. I hope it shows up. If not, stick around, y'all, for the final reveal, because it's going to be coming up in like 2.3 seconds, like right now, okay? And if you are still here riding with me, lovies, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming back each week to hang out with me. And I want to hear from you, lovies. Did we capture a little bit of nostalgia in this video? Were you getting the 70s and 80s vibes with all the fur and the green and the red and the white and little pops of gold here and there. I want to hear from you guys. And if you haven't already done so, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know how much I love to chat with you guys after each and every video. I also want to know, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to continue on with Christmas in July? In a couple of weeks, we are going to be starting our fall decor. But do you guys want to see more Christmas in July? Do you want to start early with fall? Or do you guys want to just see some everyday stuff? Y'all let me know. Decoupage, wood crafts, whatever it is on your mind. If you have some craft fairs coming up, what plans do you have? Let me know that and see if I can come up with something for you guys, okay? But in between time, let me know. Did you guys have a favorite of today? I don't know if I had a favorite. I kind of like them all. I just don't know if I executed them well. But I like the idea of them. And don't forget to hype this video after you like this video, lovies. And if you want to support my channel in other ways by, helping out with some crafts or things like that, always open to Happy Meal, but you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/craftaway with May. If you can't do so, don't worry about it, lovies. I'm just happy to have you here hanging out with me. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses, XOXO, bye.